Hi, this is MIcornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are continuing with the topic today. We are speaking about how to become mentally strong. How to become mentally strong, and this is part 2 today. And we are developing ordinary young men on this platform into extraordinary men of wisdom, integrity, and character. And we're doing this through kingdom principles. And I want to start today to say, if you want to become mentally strong, you need to challenge the negative thoughts that you might have in your life. Now, there are many times that we have negative thoughts in our lives, sometimes aware, sometimes not even aware. But I want you to identify those thoughts that are negative within you. Because those thoughts that are negative, they might be the ones that are stumbling block towards your growth, towards you getting better in your life. Remember that negative thoughts are going to render you weak, because they are going to instill negativity in your lives. They are going to bring about fear upon your life. And I want you to be aware of that, because if you are not aware that you need to challenge those negative thoughts, you are actually going to remain a negative person. And the more you become negative, the more weaker you become. And that's the reason why we want to emphasize that you need to challenge the negative thoughts by making sure that you are aware that this is a negative thought, it's not a positive thought at all. But how do you then challenge your negative thought? You need to focus on evidence-based outcomes. Because most of the time, we are looking at things that's scaring us that are negative, that are not true as well. And some of the things are actually maybe what ifs and things like that are not proven actually even at all. There's no evidence towards that which we fear. There's no evidence towards those negative thoughts. And we got these negative thoughts that we cannot prove. And they have never been proven anywhere in the world. But yet we dwell on those negative thoughts. And I want you to really start developing into a young man who's evidence-based. And every negative thought that comes to your mind, challenge it to say, where is the evidence? Because if there's no evidence towards that, that should not actually scare you. And that is the reason why every negative thought, you must ask, what is the evidence of this? Why do we think this will happen? Where did we see this happening? What is the proof of this? And if you don't go and dwell into challenging those thoughts with proofs and evidence and so on, you'll forever actually be paralyzed by negative thoughts. And negative thoughts, remember, they become as a default in our minds. And I've always said this, that you need to refuse those negative thoughts, because if you don't, they are going to dwell in you and formulate a certain pattern of thinking in you. And that a pattern that is developed by negative thought, it will weaken you every day of your life, because it will inject negativity in your life. You will never rise up and become a better person, because you will be negative by all means, because you have embraced negative thoughts in your life. Now we want to say, challenge those negative thoughts and make sure that you focus on evidence-based at any given time. And anything that doesn't actually have evidence, don't believe in it, don't accept it, don't take it, because it might be that it is there just only to scare you. Now, have you realized that in life, most of the time, the negative thoughts that come to us, we always overthink them. We always overthink things that are not even possible to happen. Things that will not even happen, we overthink them. And sometimes, while you overthink, you become actually weakened within yourself. And as you become weak, you cannot think anything positive anymore. And I want to challenge you today to say, please make sure that you challenge those negative thoughts by focusing on evidence-based outcomes in your life. And you'll start to see things happening in your life. Now, you need to also stay in your path. Don't get distracted by what others are doing. And because in life, most of the time, we always look at others before we do what we want to do. I want to say that you are a unique individual. You are a person of your own. You are a person with your own purpose and your own assignment. You are not me, I'm not you. You are not your friend is not you. And when you start from that perspective, you'll start to understand that you need to focus on that which is within you and not that which is others. When you start to compare yourself with other people, you're going to fail because the skills that other people have are not the same skills that you have. The same expertise that others are having are not the same like the ones that you have. So you are a unique person with a unique skill set. So therefore, you need to actually focus on yourself. Now, I want to emphasize this, that people to become mentally strong, you need to understand that you are you and you are you. And you are not somebody else. So therefore, when you become that way, you become resilient in what you do because you know that which is done by you is something that nobody else may not be able to do. And that which is done by other people, you may not be able to do because they are having different skill sets as well. I'm emphasizing this to say stay on your path. Now, the problem that we have in life is that majority of us don't even know what our path is. We don't even know what our purpose is. We don't even know what our assignment is. And it's very important, therefore, that as we live in life, we start finding out what is my purpose. You start finding out what is my why for living. You start finding out what is my reason for living. When you start to find out that, and that you can only find out from your Creator, which is God. When you have found out your purpose, you start to live what we call a meaningful life, a purposeful life, a purpose-driven life, and a life that is useful because it has got direction. A life that is meaningful because it is having a destiny that you're focusing on. Now, I want to urge you today that find your purpose. Find actually your assignment in life. When you do so, it will motivate you. Remember that what we call intrinsic motivation just doesn't come out of the blue. It comes because there's a certain purpose in your life. It comes because there's a certain direction. And where there's direction, there's motivation. There's also a passion that develops from there, because remember that your passion as a young man is attached actually to your purpose. It's attached to your assignment. Now, for you to become mentally strong is when you're focused to a certain path, a certain direction that is yours and yours alone. But when you start to deviate and direct your mind to everybody else, you become weak, because remember, you're going to compare yourself with people that are seemingly doing better than you're doing in an area that is not even meant for you. You're comparing yourself with things that are not even within your path. And therefore, that is going to inject discouragement in you instead of puffing you up with passion and encouragement. And I want to say this, that is very important then, that you develop mental strength by staying on your path, because what that will do, it will bring passion, it will bring encouragement, and your mental strength will remain fortified, because you would know that I am making progress even though others seems to be making progress in their own. If they are making progress, they're making progress in their own path, not in my path. And you are focusing on your own path, and that will actually speak to the progress that they make in their own path, which is not the same like yours. And I want you to be aware of that, because this is very important, that you know that your path is different from other people's path. So you cannot then compare yourself with other people. So be aware that comparison with other people will discourage you instead of encouraging you. And that is very important then, that you stay on your path if you are to be mentally strong and be resilient in the life that you do. I want to end up here today, your host, MIcornus Phokane. This was part 2 of this great topic of having mental strength. And I believe as a young man, you will pursue mental strength in your life. Before I check out today, I want to remind you of our social media platform. Our Facebook page is Young Men Empowerment Forum, and my personal Facebook page, MIcornus Phokane. So please remember to click like and follow on these platforms. And don't forget our Instagram and our TikTok account under MIcornus Phokane as well. Follow us there, and the good Lord will bless you as you do that. Our YouTube channel is under Young Men Empowerment Forum. And I want to urge you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to click also notification button on that YouTube channel. A lot of videos that we have posted in the past. And I want you to remember, please, to follow us on that platform, because you will learn quite a lot out of that. But moreover, I want to urge you, please, to share these platforms with your loved ones to make sure that they are also learning out of that. Your colleagues, your friends, it could be your family members as well. Very important that you share with them and they can learn as much as you learn in this platform. Until we meet again on another topic, I want to say cheers for now, and we meet you with another topic. God bless you.